Top of the morning to you. It's time for Making a Difference. I'm your host, CJ Metcalfe. And this week I'm traveling. I'm somewhere in the middle of Kansas. Good place to be. Very nice. People are hospitable and it's absolutely wonderful. I'd like to remind you that our show is sponsored by the Gulf Theater at the Military Heritage Museum. And also something I want to tell you about is on October 8th, WKDW 97.5 FM is having a fundraiser at the Gulf Theater at the Military Heritage Museum. As you remember, about a month ago, the radio station took a direct lightning hit. I'm sorry, I'm out of my out of my norm. But anyway, and it damaged a whole bunch of equipment. And the insurance only paid for part of it. So right now we are not on the air. We are in the internet. You can get us through the internet and everything, but we're hoping to get the tower back up and running here in the near future. But this fundraiser is to help us raise some money so that we can pay for all this equipment that the insurance didn't. So the tickets will go on sale Thursday at thegulftheater.org. You'll be able to go down and see the event, the Lightning Strikes Variety Show, and it ought to be pretty entertaining. The tickets will be $35, and there's going to be a social hour from 5 until 6, so it'll make for a great evening. So I hope you all click on the gulftheater.org on Thursday. Well, since I'm in Kansas and I'm hauling things around, I have found a wonderful way to do things. And my guest today is Robert Cox. He's down in Punta Gorda, and he is the owner-operator of a Uhaul and storage facility down there. So I'm really anxious to bring him on. He's going to tell us some things that maybe we didn't know about Uhaul. Bobby, welcome to the show.
Welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My pleasure. My pleasure. Now, Bobby, you are the owner operator. Is that correctly said?
Yes, my wife and I purchased the business back in 2016.
I've got to ask, whatever made you go into U-Haul?
We were 15-year part-time residents of Punta Gorda, and we came down for a visit in January of 2016 to our house. And just started thinking, why can't we spend more time here? And found the storage place for sale over behind Nino's. And they were also a U-Haul dealer. And we went for it and got it. The rest is history.
Well, what he was saying there, where he is located is on the southern end of Punta Gorda, right behind Nino's Bakery. If you guys have ever been to Nino's, they do a lot of entertainment there and food and everything. Well, they're right behind them. And they're also right there by the Punta Gorda Public Works. So it's all tucked back in there. You can see it from the interstate.
Exactly. We're Punta Gorda's best kept secret.
There you go. Okay, Bobby, when you think about, let's divide the two. I want to talk about U-Haul. What is one thing about U-Haul that you offer or do that most people don't know about?
I would say one of the best things is when we rent out one-way trucks and trailers, we can beat Budget and Penske always. Not meet, we can beat, and we have the ability to do that. So that creates extra business for us, and that's why we're doing it, to create business and to make money.
Well, that can also save people doing a lot of searching too.
Correct.
Okay, now if somebody lives in New York and they're moving to Florida, they can go to New York, rent a truck, and drive it to Florida. And are they charged any extra drop-off fees or anything?
No drop-off fees. It's a flat rate from point A to point B. So from wherever you rent it from, you pay when you pick it up, and the time and the mileage is included. And then you drop it off on the other end.
Okay. And then here's the situation. I'm moving from New York to Florida. and I'm going to be moving into an apartment. However, I have to be out of my apartment in New York on Monday, and my apartment in Florida isn't going to be ready until the following Sunday. What can you offer for someone in that situation where they're it's not going to be a quick turnaround?
Okay, so for argument's sake, it's 5 days to take a truck from New York to Florida, included in the rate. And this comes up quite a bit. There's a very small fee for extra days added to those 5 days. So if somebody needed an extra 2 or 3 days or even a week, they can come here. They can park their truck at our place. We offer that as a courtesy. And when their place is ready here, they come get their truck, they unload their belongings, and then they bring us the truck, the empty truck.
That's wonderful that you offer that, because who wants to unload on one day and turn around and reload? And yeah.
Right. Some situations the person may need a month or 2 months, in which case they would unload into a storage unit, and then when their place was ready, unload and move into their home. Whether we've a lot of that people coming into town, and a lot of people building houses prior to the pandemic and also during the pandemic. Prior to the pandemic, everybody's busy. During the pandemic, everybody's busy, and the supply chain issues that we've all been listening to. So things don't always run on schedule. So a lot of somebody thinks they might be coming in for 2 or 3 months. It might be 6 months, whatever it is, we're here to accommodate.
So you have a storage facility right there on your location at Uhaul, so that people could pull their truck in there. They could leave it for ever many days, just pay the extra days, or they could just turn around and unload it right there. And then when it comes time to reload it and go on.
That's correct. That's correct.
And okay, so we know that you have box trucks, okay? And you also have trailers, right?
Yes. We have cargo trailers, and we have car trailers for towing cars.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yes.
That's great.
We also have an open trailer, what they call a ramp trailer, which can transport a motorcycle or a golf cart. It has a nice ramp on the back, and that's an extremely popular piece of equipment. One of the uniques, let me throw this in there. One of the unique things about Uhaul is I can rent you a trailer or an auto transporter, and you can tow it behind your vehicle. With Budget and Penske, you cannot. You must tow the car trailer behind their truck.
Wow. Hey, pay attention to that one.
Exactly.
How do you, I hate to do this to you, but how do you compare to Home Depot?
We get a lot of business from people that storm out of Home Depot and come to our place, and they come over, and a lot of people, they go like this: Uhaul, Punta Gorda, and we come up immediately, and they come over to our place and they say, I'll never step foot in whatever other location or whatever establishment, Home Depot, if you want to say. We had one customer, he was renting a truck. He was going to use it for the day. Someone came in and wanted the same truck to go out of state, and they canceled. They went on to that guy and would not rent to the local guy, and that guy was fuming. But he came to us, and he's a repeat customer.
Aha! Mm-hmm. I know Uhaul, when you're moving things around, okay, you have blankets that you can rent them. You have dollies you can rent them.
Yes.
You have moving boxes.
Correct.
And does your facility participate in that leave a box, take a box program?
We do. I don't want to say that we've shied away from it. We haven't had a lot of call for it lately, but in the beginning, we did have a lot of boxes coming in, and we would offer them to people that asked for them, or if someone was in need, we would, certainly if someone didn't have the means to buy boxes, we would give them the used boxes.
Okay, and do you have like any plastic wrap that you could maybe purchase and circle around? Maybe you're moving around.
Absolutely. We have, it evolved into when we first bought the place in July of 2016. Within a week or two, someone needed some boxes, and we didn't have any. We were brand new. And so as people ask for different things, we get it for our supply. And we have a little showroom that we've created, and people are amazed at how many things that we have. And once we created the showroom, it really expanded because people would walk in and say, "Oh, I need one of those. Oh, I didn't know you had this. Oh, honey, we need some of these."
Bubble wrap and all that. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, well, let's take another example. Let's say I bought a motorcycle, it doesn't run, and I just need to go over and pick it up locally and get it to my house. What is the shortest amount of time I can rent like a trailer for?
Well, we do have what we call a motorcycle trailer, and that trailer rents for $14.95, so $15. Whether you need it for an hour or 24 hours, it's $15 plus tax.
That's wonderful.
That trailer actually is out right now for 2.5 weeks. The guy is going around the country with it.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Now here's one. What about, okay, so you're moving from New York to Florida, and you're moving out of your apartment, and you've got refrigerator items, some steaks and things like that you don't want to throw them away. Do you have a means of a cooler or something like that, or do you leave that up to the customer?
We leave that up to the customer. Loading their belongings and what they do with their belongings, we leave that up to the customer. That hasn't ever come up. They typically deal with that themselves.
Okay.
Bedding and if they're last minute or so, those items. We haven't had a call for that.
Oh, and beds. Moving beds. I know that they make some kind of a strap carrying unit so that
yes.
you can carry a mattress, king size mattress that makes you act like drunk when you're trying to.
That's right. They're heavy. That's for sure.
Oh, and they're awkward. They'll take you this way, take you that way.
Yes.
So do you have those mattresses?
We call them forearm straps or shoulder straps. Yes, we sell those. and a lot of times what will happen is movers will come in from out of town and they'll need them. So they'll call up, "Hey, do you have this?" Yes, we have it.
Wow. Okay. We, off the air there, we were kind of hinting on something, and I'm going to pick it up and go with it. Okay. I have a daughter in New York, and I live in Punta Gorda, and she wants to come here. She's by herself, and I don't know how to get her items here. Can you help me with that?
Yes. We can reserve her a truck in New York. She can go to uhaul.com and go to the moving help tab and put in her zip code. And there she will find a list of bona fide movers for that area. And they will pack if need be. They'll load the truck. We could orchestrate, because we have a relationship with you and other people that we know. They trust us to fly up and drive a truck back. We also have other customers that will load from Punta Gorda and drive to another area, and then we will fly back. So if your daughter couldn't, or the person couldn't get the truck from point A to point B, we could also orchestrate that. When they got here, the same thing for unloading and so on and so forth. Just do the reverse of what was done up north.
That is so needed, like in our area, because of the senior population, folks. It's just known that our area is a senior populated area. And,
right.
Maybe mom or dad has been in a house or an assisted living or something, and you want to maybe they pass on. What do? Right. You got all their stuff. Well, I'm living in New York, and I'm handicapped, and I can't get their stuff up there. So we can call you, and you will make arrangements for a truck to be loaded. I mean, you have connections for a truck to be loaded and someone to drive it up to New York where I am, right?
Correct. There's a second option with U-Haul. They have something that's called a U-Box, and a U-Box is similar to a pod. So the U-Boxes are delivered to your home up north. You take your time, fill them up. We pick them up from your home, and they go to a U-Haul depot up there. They get shipped here to Punta Gorda, to our depot, and then they go from our depot to your home when you're ready for them to come. I had a guy move from Burnt Storm Marina to Leesburg. He needed 8 of these things, and when he got to Leesburg, he had his house wasn't ready or whatever the case was, and these U-Haul held them up in Leesburg for 8 months, 8 or 9 months. Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't have wanted to pay that bill, but it's nice to know that.
You and me both, but hopefully it was a nice house at the end.
Yeah.
That he was building.
that would be something.
Yeah.
Well, Bobby, you just offer so many outs there for people to come to you, and they've got a problem. My goodness, you can solve them all. Wow.
Yes, we try.
That is.
We are people persons, so we try to help.
Well, I personally know that about you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you're wonderful in the community. You care about your community, and that means a lot. At least to me and my show, because this is all about people in our community that make a difference in other people's lives. And
Right.
you could make you and your business and your storage business and all of it
My wife
could makes things so much better for people and give them a way out. Now let's talk just a little bit about one of my favorite subjects, which is veterans. Now, do you offer any discounts for veterans or anything like
we
that?
do, yes. If someone asks, we definitely give a discount, whether it's a store. What's
Do you
that?
have a senior discount?
Not to be combined with wouldn't they come one together? Most vets are seniors, right?
Maybe, yeah. Well,
But
I was
yes,
gonna say,
yes.
if you offered a senior discount where you're located, boy, you wouldn't be very profitable.
You said it.
I'm just teasing. I mean, it's a fact,
Right.
We have all, we're all getting there. Let me
Let's
just put it that way.
I don't know how much time we have, but let's talk about the storage for a little bit.
Okay, go right ahead.
Remember, we purchased the storage. We're a U-Haul neighborhood dealer. That's what they call us. So we choose to be a U-Haul dealer, but we purchased the self-storage facility.
Okay.
So if you want to ask some questions about storage or anything like that.
All right. What's your minimum storage?
We have
period?
1 month. 1 month, and there's no locked in contracts or anything like that.
Okay. What's the smallest? What is the name of the storage facility?
It's something that you may not remember. It's an oddball name. Punta Gorda Self Storage.
Smarty. Well, here is the producer, thank you very much, has put on the internet here a picture of the entrance into the storage area. And you can see that they've got a nice selection there. And there are some of those U-Haul trailers I see.
Yes, and the beautiful flagpole that we installed.
Nice. Well, I like that.
Yes.
And that, okay, you're showing popcorn and
yes,
the materials. And right there behind the flagpoles is the entrance to the office.
Correct.
So when you pull up there, to go in there.
Correct.
But she's scrolling through some of the items and conveniences that you have there.
Yes.
What's the gas thing?
That's a picture of a key. I don't know why that would come up, but anywho.
It's on your website.
Yeah. I think that's yeah, you're right. I think that's a Google search with pictures of our place.
Well,
Yep,
it's
that's us. Now
now,
notice in that picture it says 3151 Cooper. And if you scroll down to the other picture, it says 3086. When we got, yeah, there you go. When we bought the place, we're part of the Coral Ridge Commercial Condo Association. We were. When you say Coral Ridge Condo Association around town, a lot of people know the area, and I'll keep it nice. Anyway, the address was mixed up. You can see that we were odd numbered on the even side of the street. So since then, Jerry at Charlotte County has corrected that for us and for Nino's Bakery.
and didn't you recently, weren't you recently annexed into
We were
Punta Gorda?
annexed into the city. Nino's had to annex, and we annexed as well. It cost us a substantial amount of money, and we only have one bathroom, but we're connected to sewer and water. Where Nino's is a full-blown restaurant and wholesale bakery, he had to connect. But we did it. It's for the better of the property. It's for the better of the earth. It's for the better of whatever. So we did it.
Well, this is absolutely great. I do have another question. A lot of times people will have a car or a boat or something like that they need to store for a bit. Can they store it there?
Yes, definitely. We have, as you see, there's buildings with typical drive-up storage units where you just drive up to it, you roll up the door, and there's your belongings. We have outdoor and indoor climate controlled. We also have covered parking for motorhomes and boats, which that's our neighbor across the street. There you go.
Well, Bobby,
you can see a crane on the back left over at the City Public Works doing something.
Yeah. Well, I've got to wind my show up here.
Okay.
Y'all, this is Punta Gorda Self-Storage in Uhaul, located behind Nino's Bakery on the southern end of Punta Gorda. And Bobby Cox.
Yes.
Thank you for being on the show.
Thanks, CJ.